Living by the water in Bristol makes me feel, that it has links to that historical past, the purpose of the city. It's got incredibly good heritage in terms of engineering and British invention. You've got the Clifton Suspension Bridge, which is a spectacular Brunel bridge in itself over the gorge, and there's always something going on. When I was about 11, my parents decided to emigrate to Australia, and I'd always been a keen sports person, and outdoors was a really special thing for me. And living in Australia as a young teenager was an amazing experience. It sort of instilled in me a love of the outdoors and a love of the water. And so when I got to my teenager, something I'd always wanted to do was surf. And so I went off to the coast to an island called Fraser Island, and it was there that I dived into a shallow pool of water on a beautifully hot day in Queensland, and I misjudged it and broke my neck at quite a high level. And what that's meant is that I've spent from that moment on, following rehabilitation, the rest of my life in a wheelchair, paralysed from the shoulders, chest down. Not being able to grip anything, wash, dress yourself, feed yourself, prepare anything, move yourself around very easily, means that I need a lot of help. But it also means that I need things adapting, so I can't pick things up. So I tend to adapt a lot of things around my home, at work, so that I can use simple things like a mouse, light switches, my phone so it can sit on my lap without slipping off, are all things that I need some sort of help with or adaptation. And before my injury, and then straight afterwards, I was a very keen photographer. And the first thing I realised I couldn't do was pick up my 35mm camera. So I moved into a medium format range where I could look down through the lens, through the viewfinder, and I used to use levers and pay people to adapt them for me. But since I found Sugru, I've been able to adapt things myself at a very low cost and also to my own design. So when you acquire a disability at some point in your life, it may change your physical ability to do things that you love doing, but it doesn't necessarily change your love of doing them. Surgu has given me the opportunity to be able to experiment and try different adaptations, and so I've been able to adapt my oars, for example, to stop them slipping round in my hands that I can't squeeze tight and grip. Being back on the water in a rowing boat it's excellent because it means that I'm out close to the water, I'm out there being able to power myself, and while it's not surfing waves, it still gives you a sense of being in touch with nature and being in touch with the elements, and that's really special.